Hello, how are you? Lisa Marie Grantham here, founder of Goddess Lifestyle Plan. I'm just playing around here with this, with the light. I don't really think I don't know if I want it on or not. It might be a little dark like this today. I don't really want that circle, that light circle going on. But hello, my dears. I'm sorry I was a little bit late to go live today. I said I wanted to go live at 2 p.m. Eastern, and Facebook decided that I needed to re-authenticate my entire existence and prove that it's me before I was allowed to get into my account. But I'm here and hello, and today we're talking about living in rhythm with the moon and why it's so effective, in my opinion, for living a life of connection and success. So as I mentioned, my name is Lisa Marie Grantham, and as you jump on and join me, say hi. I love interacting, and that's why I do Facebook Lives and all the lives that I do, because I just love being in community and chit-chatting about magical living and all things magical and things like, holistic, the whole 9 yards of what I love talking about. So, well, it's absolutely gorgeous here in Southwest Florida. The weather is always part of what I discuss because, it's very, very hot here most of the time, but we had a little bit of a cold snap, but it is so beautiful here today. It's just stunning. The sun is shining, it's warm, but there's a breeze and no humidity. So just for the record, for all the complaining I do, today is perfection. I want that on the record. Today is absolutely gorgeous and perfection. So I'm sitting out in the main living space of my home, and you can see, well, this side, you can see behind me. It's really, really pretty here on the island where I live. All right, so, where do I get started talking about the moon? I love it so much. A little backstory, I've always been a moon baby. What I've noticed is women are either sun lovers or moon lovers, and I'm a moon lover. Not that I don't love the sun, and not that I'm implying you can't love both, but I do find that we lean more towards one than the other. All the years that I've worked with women, there's definitely a stronger connection to one over the other. And my husband's more connected to the sun. And, that's just never been my thing. Although I love the sun and we need the sun and all that, but I'm definitely a moon baby. So I'd love to know if you consider yourself a sun worshiper or a moon baby. And we're going to talk about why I think living in tune with the moon is so important. So let me start by saying that there's a lot of talk about this out there on the internet. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about the internet, right? Is we can really jump in and learn about topics that interest us. And, sometimes I read things and I'm like, that doesn't feel true to me. Or it feels spot on for me, and discernment is really part of this, because I believe that living magically, it's an art. We should create it in our own vision, like it's our canvas to create. And there are just some things I really, really resonate. And then there's some things that I just absolutely don't resonate with. And that's one of the things I think that makes my teaching different than many of the gurus out there or the spiritual teachers, is that I truly believe that you'll know in your soul if something feels right or something doesn't feel right to you. And I encourage you, whether I say it or somebody else, I really encourage you to take in what feels good and leave the rest. Because if it doesn't feel good to you, then there's really just not going to be any truth to it. And therefore the vibration's going to be off. But there might be some things you hear, because magical living, there's many ways up the mountain, right? We can live magically. There's basic universal laws that govern all of us. And then there's interpretation. And I really think that being an empowered woman today is listening to something and then deciding, is this true for me? And if it's true for you, you can go deeper into it. If not, you just leave it. You're either not ready for it or it just doesn't resonate. So I'm a big advocate for taking what feels good, leaving the rest. So some of the, where was I going with that? I'm having a little bit of a moment with my brain here. I was going somewhere important with that, and now I forgot. I went on a tangent and forgot where. Is that senior brain? It might be. But So here's what I remembered, thank goodness. So here's one of the things you might hear out there. Living in tune with the moon is great for women because women are cyclical creatures. And that is very true, right? We menstruate, here's a funny story, but it's true. I remember when I was pregnant with one of my children, my nanny, who was born in Europe, told me, she went to her calendar and counted, because I was due or soon due, and I really wanted the baby out. I was not one of those women who enjoyed being pregnant. I tried, I did it 3 times, and I'm telling you, it's just not for me. I don't feel well when I'm pregnant. And if you are one of those women who have great pregnancies and feel sexy and amazing, I hate you, but I love you, if that makes any sense, because I've just always felt like shit from the moment of conception to the moment that the child left my body. So that's just been my experience. But point is that I remember saying, I need this baby out because I just felt so sick all the time. And my nanny, who lived with us, walked over and counted on the calendar. Now, this is going back 20 something years, or maybe even close to 30 years or 30 years, because my daughter's 30. And she said, nope, the baby's not coming till after this day. And I said, well, why, Nanny? And, I was magical, but I really didn't understand the power of the moon and the moon phases back then. She says, because you need another full moon before the baby comes. And I regret not asking her to explain a little more deeply into it. Right now, I'm going to tell you, I think it was probably a wives' tale, something she learned or heard along her journey. But how cool was that? And she was right. I didn't have the baby till after the next full moon. So that sticks in my mind as a story. And as a child, the moon always spoke to me, always. It depending on, every few weeks, it seemed that I was up all night, and it was because the light was shining in my room. And here's the thing. I had shades, blackout shades, but the little crack that was left, she would just shine in there so brightly, and it would keep me up. And I didn't realize till later on that it was every few weeks. And I was like, well, it happens, pretty consistently, but I didn't realize it was the full moon. And she still keeps me up. When I'm speaking with my inner circle group, the Goddess Lifestyle Sisterhood, I'll be like, oh, who's been up this week? She keeps me up all the time. So I'm a moon baby. And so one of the theories is that women are much more connected to the moon because we're cyclical. So if that feels good to you, you can take that in. But let me tell you about the power of the moon. And once I realized how to tap into it, utilizing her energy to really create the success I've created in my life, and personally and business, it applies to both. So the moon phases have everything to do with what I'm doing, right, in my daily doings. And then the moon's sign has everything to do with what I'm doing. So let me explain a little bit into that. The moon goes through phases every lunar cycle. It begins with new moon. And new moon is the first day, basically, of a fresh new cycle of energy. So I circle with my sisterhood group for new moon, for full moon. But in between, there's a waxing moon, and then there's full moon, and then there's a waning moon, and then there's dark moon. So during these different phases, these lunar phases, there is energetic work and actual practical work that you could be doing on yourself and on your life. So new moon, like I said, it is literally the first day of a new cycle of lunar energy. And if you're here with me, I see 8 people and nobody said hello to me. That is rude. You're in my house with me. Say hi. Say hi and tell me where you're calling in from. Throw me some hearts if you like this topic. I need to know what you want me to be talking about on the page. So it helps me gauge like what's really resonating, what isn't. So talk to me. Talk to me. Don't just be a little bit of a squatter here. I want you to say hi, and I want you to say, yeah, I love the moon, or hell, I'm more of a sun worshiper. I want to know. So back to new moon, first day of a fresh new cycle of energy. New moon is generally a time where we set intentions. It's new beginnings, so you could start a new project or put something into motion. Hello, Brandy from Florida. I'm in Florida too. I'm in Southwest Florida. Where are you in Florida? And so we're setting intentions, we're planting seeds. We're like, oh, I'm going to go for this next 30 days. This is what I'm working on. That's new moon energy. The time to start. Hello, Michelle. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. And then after the moon goes through the new moon energy, it moves into waxing moon. And waxing moon is basically an expansion time for those who live magically and in sync. In the Panhandle, ooh, I have a place I want to go visit in the Panhandle. I haven't been there yet. My husband's been. He used to go to Panama City, but I've never been there. But there's a store in the Panhandle, an exotic animal store that I want to go. And so it's about increasing and growing momentum, right? So the seeds you plant, oh, you live in Michelle, you live in New York, but you're in New Jersey this week. It's the Northeast. I hope it's the weather's being nice to you up there. Thank you. Keep them coming. Keep talking to me. So waxing moon is a time of increase, growing momentum, right? We planted our seeds at new moon. We started something new. Now we're cultivating that want, that desire, that whatever we want to be, do, have. And then we come to the full moon. And the full moon, I remember one of my magical mentors saying it's the go for it time. It's like when the moon is at her pinnacle of energy. It's really at the peak. She's really, really strong. Now, the interesting thing about that is that you can also do, it's a very powerful time for releasing or banishing, getting rid of what no longer serves you, or the woman you desire to be, is how I always put it, the woman you desire to be. Because I'm always looking at my life like, this is Lisa now, I love her, but who is the woman I desire to be? And how does she walk in the world? How does she take up space? What is she thinking? What is she doing? What are her daily doings? And then I kind of dream into her, and I start implementing, right, using these lunar cycles. And then we have waning moon, which is after the full moon window is open, and it goes into it goes into the waning moon, which is when she's diminishing in size. And that's a really great time for releasing what no longer serves the woman you desire to be. So full moon, like I said, could be used for calling it in, that go for it energy, but it also can be used as very, very powerful releasing time. For a really powerful release. And then, of course, waning is letting things drop away that no longer serve you or the woman you desire to be. And then, of course, there's dark moon. Dark moon is a time when it's right before new moon, and you basically can't see her in the sky, but it's a time of inner reflection, renewal, resting before we set our intentions for the new lunar cycle. Pretty powerful stuff if you really look into what you could be doing every month for your life and your business. For me, I have an integrated life and business. That's the only way I know how to do it. It's the only way I feel comfortable. Some people can compartmentalize their life, but to me, my business is my life. And I love it that way. It's very integrated. Like I work from home. What I'm doing in my home is part of what I'm teaching. It feels really good to me. There's downsides to that. I mean, you have to have really powerful boundaries around work time and life time. But I have a gatekeeper. His name is Shannon Grantham, and he's just like, you're done working. Get your ass in bed. That always works. You know, I'm like, okay, I'm done working. I'm going to get my ass in bed right now. So that's pretty good. So then now we've talked about the lunar phases, the whole new moon to full moon to waning moon, dark moon, new moon. And then every 2 to 2.5 days, the moon moves through a zodiac sign. And each of the zodiac signs, first of all, they correspond to one of the elements, air, fire, water, or earth. And each of them brings wisdom or a teaching, what they want us to work on in our life. So for example, Aries energy, or when the moon's in Aries, it's all about fast moving, very, very first out of the gate, get her done, get her started. Let's go, let's go, let's go. It loves playing, initiating new projects and trying new things. So, I mean, when we're in Aries, Aries in sun energy and moon energy, wow, that's a time, that's around springtime. And you really want to get your shit going around then. It's really all very interconnected. And then Taurus is the most earthly of all the signs. So it's all about the physical pleasures and your finances and food and everything in the physical realm. And then you have, like, let's say Cancer, which is a water sign, the nurturer of the zodiac. So it would be about where you're not nurturing yourself or others or key areas of your life. So with that happening, every 2.5 days, the moon is moving into a different zodiac sign. We have these amazing juxtapositions where we could be working very specifically on different areas of our life and business. Really keeps you moving forward. It is super exciting. Honestly, I could talk about this topic for a million years in a day. That's how much I love it, because it's so effective. Let's see what else. We have macro cycles as well. So the seasons, right? If you look at the seasons, they plug in to the wheel of the year as well, these micro cycles. So we're right now in winter, and winter is all about rest and renewal and really getting ready for the spring, which is the time of new beginnings, sort of like new moon, right? Same energy. We're planting our seeds for the growing season, which is summer. And then, of course, in the fall, we're releasing what no longer serves to go back into that gestational period of winter. So, and I just kind of pulled this out so you can see, this is the wheel of the year, and you could see the astrological signs, and you can also see, if I'm not, yes, you can look right over here are the Sabbats. And we just passed Yule in December, which is the winter solstice, and we're moving now into Imbolc. And this is the wheel of the year. And you can see the appropriate astrological signs that move along with it. It keeps you moving and growing and doing all the things that you want to be doing for yourself personally. Every month, we're looking at the entire key areas of our life, right? Because the moon has traveled through each of the zodiac signs, which have these amazing lessons and wisdom to give us. And we're working on that. So I always laugh and say that, quite honestly, I don't remember the last time I had a New Year's resolution, because I don't need to. And the gals that are in my inner circle group, the Goddess Lifestyle Sisterhood, they really don't have New Year's resolutions anymore. That's kind of something culturally as a group we've gotten rid of. We don't need them, because we're constantly working on this. We're talking about this every single day. So there's no way, if you check in with the group every day, you're not going to see where the moon is in. We're circling for new moon and full moon. We're gathering for every Sabbath and talking about the lessons and the medicine and the wisdom of every Sabbath, which is, of course, I call them nature's holy days. It's like, well, they're every 6.5 weeks, they go from Yule to Imbolc to Ostara, and we follow the wheel of the year. We follow nature. What is nature teaching us? What is the moon teaching us? What are the seasons teaching us? What are the days of the week teaching us? There's magic in each day of the week. It's super, super fun. And I really think that I created this group in general, my Goddess Lifestyle Sisterhood group, because I wanted to live magically, and I'm so busy, and we just live in a busy world. And I was like, I need to be able to check in every day and just see what's going on with the astrology, and just know what I need to be looking at or introspectively thinking about or working on in my life. You want to be working with the energies, right? That's when everything feels like you're in flow, right? You're in flow, as opposed to waiting till January and then throwing out a few New Year's resolutions and then being overwhelmed. So we just work a little bit all the time on it. And that's why I think you should work a little bit all the time on it, by tapping into these cycles as well. It is something that I have found, it's a life changer for me in both my lifestyle and my business, in my health and wellness. I mean, I'm looking at all these things all the time, and so are the gals in my group. So this is the deal. The Goddess Lifestyle Sisterhood is not open right now for enrollment. So you can't join. This is not about that. I really just want to start, I guess, educating on this so that you could get as excited about the topics as I do. I open up the doors to the Goddess Lifestyle Sisterhood a couple of times a year. But I do have a wait list, and if you put yourself on that wait list, you will get one of the trainings. And I believe the training that I'm sending out right now is on abundance, which who doesn't want more abundance in their life? So that you get complimentary and free from me. You would visit goddesslifestyle.com/sisterhood. Sisterhood. I'll put the link probably in the top and in the thread as well. But I'd love you to jump on that wait list. And if it feels like something that you'd like to try out, you can absolutely try out the next time I have the doors to enrollment open. I'd love to have you in the group. I'd love to be able to circle with you and spend every day with you, because I'm in there every day with the girls. I'm posting, like I said, the daily astrology, so we know what we're looking at. I give you practical applications for your life. Listen, that's what I'm all about. Maybe it's my Virgo-ness, maybe it's, who knows, I'm just a practical person. It's not these grandiose things you need to do. It's little things that you do every day that really move the needle forward. It's not busting ass, in my opinion. I don't like waiting, and then busting ass. That's not my style. I like to be giving things attention and working on things a little bit every day. To me, that's almost like Taurus energy, right? It's really invoking that slow, steady energy towards what it is you want, what you want to accomplish. And that's how I actually thrive the best, is to just be taking a look at things as I should, in flow with the energies that are around us and happening at all times. You want this knowledge. Besides that, I really think it's sexy. You know, when you know how to talk into the mystery a bit and you know what's going on, it's like people are like, tell me more, tell me more about this astrology stuff. Tell me more about this moon stuff, and it is very, very fascinating. But more importantly, I believe that women need to dive into the mysteries, right? We should hold this information and share this wisdom and information that the divine, that the universe has to offer us, nature, however you want to call it, however it comes to you, your higher power. It's just super cool way to live. And I'm a big fan. And I'm, like I said, I really want to be talking more and more and more about this on the page. So I hope you enjoyed this, learning a little bit more about the moon phases and the way that you work with each moon phase, as well as the zodiac. Remember, every 2 to 2.5 days, the moon moves into a different zodiac sign, which has its own wisdom that you can then apply to yourself personally and to your business. Really juicy stuff. I highly recommend you dive deeper in, whether it's with me or on your own, but I sure wish you'd do it with me too. So jump on that wait list. Again, it's goddesslifestyleplan.com/sisterhood. And you just put your name and email in, and I'm going to send you that free training on abundance and probably some other goodies too, knowing me. I'm sure I've set up something nice for you. And I'm really, really excited to have spent this time with you. So for the gals who joined me live, and if you watched on replay, let me know it's replay, and I'll see you next week at this time. Okay? 2 p.m. Eastern. Bye for now.